This is New Cairo, Egypt. Egypt is spending more than $50 billion building this new super city. Countries all over the world are salivating for this super project in Egypt, hoping to get a share of the projects, but Egypt has made it clear that China's infrastructure strength is what they trust most, and Chinese companies will become the main contractors for the construction of New Cairo. So why did Egypt rely on huge sums of money to build New Cairo? And why did they directly state that they trust China's infrastructure strength the most? What is the current construction situation of the project? Happy New Year, everyone. Welcome to 2023, and welcome to my channel. This is ChinaShowtime. Egypt, a magical land with an ancient civilization, not only has the Nile River, the pyramids, the Sphinx, and the mummies of the pharaohs. Egypt is also the third largest economy in Africa. It not only has a profound cultural background, but also has always been in a relatively leading position in Africa in terms of economy, technology, and other aspects. Cairo, the capital of Egypt, located on the banks of the Nile River, is an important political, economic, cultural, and commercial center in the Middle East and Africa. This ancient city has more than 1,000 years of history. Now it has to face the serious overcrowding problem in recent years. Cairo's population has been growing wildly since the 1960s, from about 3.5 million in the 1960s to more than 22 million now. At this growth rate, Cairo's population is likely to exceed 40 million by around 2050. The rapid population growth has put Cairo under unprecedented pressure. More than 20 million people live in the city, but the services in the city have not kept pace with the population growth. The living environment in the city is becoming more and more chaotic, and the traffic congestion is becoming more and more congested. Due to the housing shortage, many citizens had to live in dilapidated old houses or in shanty towns, and some citizens even occupied ancient buildings and cemetery as their residences. The overcrowded environment also makes it difficult to renovate the old city. Faced with this situation, the Egyptian government realized that if Cairo did not expand, it would likely paralyze the city systemically, with unforeseen and dire consequences. After years of debate, the Egyptian government decided to build a new city on the east of Cairo. The name of the new city is New Cairo. New Cairo will accommodate more than 6 million residents and will become the new capital of Egypt in the future. Egyptians will move important state institutions to this new city in the near future. The new city will be built into the City of Dreams, or in other words, another Dubai in the desert. President Sisi said that the significance of building the new capital is no less than building another Suez Canal. After the completion of New Cairo, it will become the dream home of Egyptian people. In order for New Cairo to stand shoulder to shoulder with other modern cities in the world, Egypt did not hesitate to spend huge sums of money, but also conducted a comprehensive evaluation of the partners who undertook the construction of New Cairo. Because in the world, if such a large construction project can be successfully constructed, it will not only obtain good economic benefits, but more importantly, the international influence brought by the project is unprecedented. Seeing the huge business opportunities and future potential in this great project, Western countries offered olive branches to Egypt one after another, hoping to get a share of the project. But they were all rejected by Egypt. The Egyptians made it clear that what they trust most is China's infrastructure capabilities, and China will be the best partner in the construction of New Cairo. In this regard, some countries say that Egypt's move is intended to win over China, but obviously, Egypt's choice is very wise. China's new title of infrastructure monster. It is well known all over the world. Moreover, Chinese companies have many successful cases, and the Egyptians believe that handing over infrastructure projects to Chinese companies is the best choice. In recent years, China's achievements in infrastructure construction have far surpassed other countries in the world, which is unmatched by any country. Furthermore, China's super projects always put the quality of the project first. This is evidenced by the Chinese-made hydropower stations, bridges, railways, and ports all over the world. After considering various factors, the Egyptians specified that these major construction projects should be undertaken by Chinese companies. In 2015, the Egyptian government signed agreements with Chinese companies to undertake relevant construction projects. Building such a large city in the desert is also a severe test for China's construction strength. The first problem is the water problem. New Cairo is located in the desert, 45 kilometers east of Cairo. It is dry and lacks water. In order to solve the water problem, the builders built a water diversion project to divert the water from the Nile River to New Cairo. After solving the problem of water shortage, Chinese companies have overcome the shortage of building materials, the global spread of COVID, high temperature and harsh environment, and various difficulties. They are constantly optimizing their work, completing one construction project after another in New Cairo with high quality and on schedule. Especially when they built the new tallest building in Africa, the 385-meter-high iconic tower. They showed the world the speed of China and set a new speed record for Egyptian housing construction. Since the start of construction on May 2, 2018, it took less than 3 years to complete the topping of the main project. After the project enters the standard floor construction, each floor can be completed in 3 to 5 days, and at the fastest time, it only takes 100 hours to complete each floor. The Egyptian media said that the builders used their responsibility and sweat to build the tallest building in Africa and Egypt. The tallest building in Africa undertaken by a Chinese company has introduced advanced design concepts and is a truly green and intelligent building. These reflect the huge advantages of China's infrastructure. Not only the price is significantly lower than that of Western countries, but also the quality of the project is excellent. More importantly, Chinese enterprises can strictly complete the project goals according to the plan. This is the most important for a major project like New Cairo with very tight time requirements. The sooner the new capital was built, the sooner the severe congestion in Old Cairo would be alleviated. The Egyptians must not accept that the progress of the project is slow like a crawling snail, just like the high-speed railway project of another eastern country in Southeast Asia. So how is the construction of New Cairo going? According to the Egyptian plan, the construction of New Cairo was mainly divided into 3 phases. The first phase focuses on the core area, covering an area of about 160 square kilometers. The construction goal is to meet the government functions and the normal operation of the city. Most of the projects have been completed so far. The Egyptian government has begun to relocate some important state institutions to New Cairo at the end of 2021 to start the initial trial operation. The second phase is to expand the matching residential and commercial areas. Expand the city to more than 190 square kilometers, and by then a large number of residents will have moved into New Cairo, making it a real city. The third phase is to build a new urban area of 400 square kilometers to achieve all the goals in the plan. To achieve the goals of these 3 phases, the Egyptians are expected to fully complete them in 2050. How is the work of Chinese companies in New Cairo going? On May 18, 2022, the CBD of New Cairo project undertaken by a Chinese company has completed the topping of the last high-rise building, which also marks that more than 20 individual projects of the grand project are approaching the final sprint completion stage. As tall buildings reach new heights one after another, the friendship between Egypt and China, Africa and China, and Arabia and China has also reached new heights one after another.